Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Heart of Christ Ministry. I'm your host, Reverend Shaun Robert Grant. Happy Thursday to you. So happy to have you with me. And I know that this is not only going to be a fantastic message, but it's going to be a wonderful day ahead. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for what is to come, basically, what is to come of this, what is to transpire within the hearts, minds, and spirits of you all who are watching. All right. So, as always, because, and today especially has sort of become like this um, creating this idea of this wealth consciousness. And we'll get to that in just a bit. But I just want to touch on a quote before we get into some other things. Everybody is the same, right? Every single person is the same. Thinking makes us different, right? Thinking makes us different. There's a quote that says, no man is any different from any other. Thinking makes it so. Right. And that has inspired today's message that is going to be absolutely fantastic. But before I do that, I want to take care of some business real quick. And I also want to get your mind in the frame of abundance, in the frame of gratitude, in the frame of understanding how you can make life work in your favor and how to basically light that fire and enable it to do so. Okay. So let's just start with first line of business. If you have any questions, any comments, any prayer requests, anything that you may need advice, counseling on, if you want to work with this ministry one-on-one, those options are available. And you can find that out by writing to ShaunG04@gmail.com. Ultimately, it's about helping. It's about communicating and being able to inspire and empower people through the Heart of Christ ministry. So use that email to your advantage, ShaunG04@gmail.com. I will get to it as soon as I can. And donate, sow a seed today. All right. So if you feel that this ministry has inspired you, benefited you, helped you, empowered you, encouraged you in this time of need, because it is a time of need right now, guys, with everything going on in the world today. But if you feel that it has made a difference in your life, by all means, sow a seed today. Right? Sow a seed, Venmo, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com, and Apple Pay upon request. But if you feel the need, if there is a sense of gratitude within you and you want to expand that energy by sowing a seed into this, to this ministry, feel free to do so. We're going to do this one more time at the end also, but I thank you in advance for your kindness and your generosity. It is very, very, very appreciated. All right. And your participation for being here. So moving on, where's my abundance? So it's so funny. I thought I had like the game show music playing in the background yesterday. It's like while I was dancing and stuff. And then I'm just like, wait, okay, nobody can really hear that when I listen to the playback. But but anyway, we won't have any theme music going today, but we will participate in Where's My Abundance. And so basically, if you hadn't played this game before, Where's My Abundance is just about you finding something tangible or intangible that you're grateful for and experiencing gratitude for that. It'd be amazing. You guys were killing it the first couple days with the comments. So we got to get those comments coming back in, because what you share that you're grateful for could be helpful to somebody else to realize, you know what, I never thought of it that way, but I can be grateful for that too. And it raises the vibration of the planet, right? Of the universe in general. So keep in mind, nothing is ever small when it comes to impact. Okay. So what we're going to do, 2 rounds, 30 seconds. I want you to focus on everything that is around you. And then what's going to happen is we'll take a break and then we'll share what we found to be grateful for. And that's a matter of finding our abundance. Okay. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll. You got 30 seconds starting now. Where is my abundance? Look around you, look within you, look back to yesterday. What are you grateful for? What is a measure of abundance in your life? Good. 15 seconds here. Really take this in. Like, don't take this exercise for granted, I guess is what I'm saying. And 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Now, yeah. So don't take this for granted, because what this does, this places your mind in the experience of gratitude, which is in the experience of abundance, which is in the experience of a wealth consciousness, which we are talking about today. And it begins to allow you to set a mental pathway for how you think throughout the day. And just imagine going through your day, seeing everything as present as opposed to lacking, right? This is what this is mainly used for. And guess what? You can do this all throughout the day. I would actually do it once every hour, just so you're in the frame of mind of what you're grateful for and how to resonate in that abundance vibration. Okay. So here we go. Second round coming at you in 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Yes. Where is my abundance? Good. And so I'm going to share something here for myself. And by all means, guys, share it in the comments, because people need to know things that they can be grateful for, things that they can experience abundance, because abundance is here and abundance is present. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. All right. So one thing I am grateful for are these studio lights that allow me to get lit up and come to you every single morning, hopefully every single morning, but whenever I possibly can. It just puts me in the spotlight. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel thankful that I had that investment of light shining on me. All right. And that's just one thing. And so I'm sure you guys got some great things that you're going to pour into the comments, and continue to do that, because it makes a difference, right? Where's my abundance? Signing off. Here we go. Getting into today's message. And so if you were here at the beginning, you'll see the message talked about no one is different, but thinking makes it so. Embracing your wealth consciousness. All right. So as I get into this, and before I step into, thinking and all this other stuff, this is powerful because it is something that is so extraordinarily needed, right? So extraordinarily needed. And I want to tell you something. And I needed a spiritual mentor to tell me this. Never feel bad about wanting more money, more happiness, more love, more greater physical health and personal health and stuff like that, emotional health. Never feel bad about that, right? And the reason I say that is because sometimes we can be led to think that because we want more, because we want to express ourselves on a higher level, that could potentially be bad because it makes other people feel uncomfortable. But the truth of the matter is, you're not here to make anybody feel comfortable other than yourself. And too much comfort, you don't want to get there. You want to continue to move, and grow. But at the same time, you should never apologize for desiring more for your life, because I can tell you right now what more wealth does, right? And when we say wealth, we're talking about health, happiness, success, prosperity, and money, right? And money specifically, what that does, it amplifies who you are. It gives you options. It gives you resources. It allows you to live true to yourself without thinking, well, maybe I have to mix it up and do something different because I don't have this. That's not the way to live, my guys. Not at all. Not the way to live your life. But here's the thing. A lot of people live that way because they're unaware of how to change it. And that is what this message is about today. So what is a wealth consciousness, right? What is a wealth consciousness? As a matter of fact, guys, let me know in the comment section what it is you think a wealth consciousness is, because guess what? You can teach me just as much as I can teach you, and I can learn from you just as much. This isn't just listen to what I'm saying, right? No, it's just interact, communicate. Let's help each other, right? So to me, and before I get to number one, as I just pulled it up, a wealth consciousness is that consciousness that knows we live in an abundant universe. We live in a universe that's overflowing. We live in a loving universe. We live in a universe where we can expect to not only just prosper, but to prosper greatly in every single area of our lives. And we can do it in a sense of happiness, of joy, of excitement. And we can ultimately have faith and conviction that nothing will ever be lacking whatsoever. All right. That is my definition of a wealth consciousness. Now, I want to ask you something. If that is not the case, right? Anytime that's not the case, even in my own life, when that wasn't the case, I had to ask myself, why is that not the case? We remember the title? No man is any different. Thinking makes it so. When I say no man, I'm talking women as well. Just mankind is what we're talking about. But no man or woman is any different. Thinking makes it so. And what that means is that you're no different from Zuckerberg. You're no different from, any other millionaire, billionaire out there. It's just a thought process that separates some people from others. That's just how it is, right? And so, but that's fantastic news, because you never have to see somebody and come to a place and say, oh, I don't understand how he or she is doing that. All you need to do is know, okay, their thinking is so on point that they were able to do this and do that and do these other things, right? It's all it comes down to. You get to a place where your heart is connected to that divine. That's most importantly, like having that enlightenment that you are God and God is you, right? Because that is a massive, unlimited amount of abundance in itself. And then you go to convincing your mind of what the God in you is able to do in your life. And that influences your thoughts, right? So if it's not the definition that I described, then what types of thoughts are you thinking? I can tell you right now, before I move into this first bullet point, it's just a focus on what's not there, as opposed to where's my abundance? What is there? That's one of the biggest reasons I've made that game sort of like I don't want to say a stimulus, but a reoccurring type of event before I gave a message, because it's so important to take 30 seconds to realize what is abundant in my life. And it takes your attention off of what you're missing and it puts it right on to what you have. That determines what comes into our life and what stays away or what is missing. Okay. So number one, wealth consciousness sets the tone for the day through faith, love, and expectancy. All right. And so faith, love, and expectancy, right? Those are divine terms. Those are terms, when embraced completely in a wholehearted manner, will bring about a sense of peace, a sense of ease that allows everything you need, wealth included, everything is wealth, to flow to you, right? Because when you look at the flow of life moves easily. It moves through a state of ease. It moves through a state of not necessarily being hindered or having hiccups or blockages. It just flows, right? And so when you have a wealth consciousness, immediately what you tell yourself, because consciousness is just thinking, feeling, awareness, way of being aware of something. You're telling yourself, okay, I am aware that I have absolutely more than enough than I could ever even use today. I'm aware that all the great opportunities are coming my way. I'm aware that I'm going to be in perfect health all day long. I'm aware I'm going to have a great workout. I'm aware that I'm going to do awesome work. I am aware of all these beautiful things, and I'm even open to surprises of more beautiful things to come in, right? And so when you do that, you're training your mind to think that way, right? Because the subconscious mind is like a 4-year-old child, like, okay, got it, okay, got it. And when you set your mind to focus on that, it's taking it, right? It's taking it, making notes, and bringing it about in your existence, right? Now, if you've been the opposite of that, all you got to do is just give it a couple of days to sort of transfer over. And sometimes it does it instantly. It just depends. But we make that our priority, right? And if you really want to amp this up, I'm going to tell you how you can amp this up. You ever been to an athletic event or been a part of an athletic event? And probably more than likely this happens with football, basketball sometimes, baseball maybe if it's like a big game, but football more importantly. Guys are in the tunnel, guys are getting ready, getting revved up, and there is so much passion, right? There's so much passion flowing through them and desire to want to win, to want to do well, to want to rise to the occasion. And it's truly electric, right? It's so electric that oftentimes, if it's the right amount of energy, that team comes out and they're flying around and they're playing great ball and the energy is right. And you see the effect of the desire and the focus to and that faith, love, and expectancy to do well. Well, guess what? You can do this for your own life, your own day, every single day, right? There's absolutely nothing to this. You know, I used to do, it's called the self-motivated morning routine, where you turn on music that gets you amped up. And just like you're getting ready to go out of a tunnel into a field and getting ready to play, you're getting ready to go into your life. So what are you going to do? You're going to amp yourself up. You know, you're going to play a song that gets you going, beat your chest. You start saying, I'm the best, you know, everything's working out for me. You know, all I see is greatness and, you know, your best Ray Lewis impersonation. And you just roll with it. And I'm telling you, you do that and it sends a ripple of vibrational energy throughout the universe, setting in place instances, opportunities, thoughts to fall in line with that type of energy. Never fails. So it sets the tone. And this comes from the wealth consciousness because you're looking at it as a state of already having, a state of everything already showing up. And that takes faith to begin with. But once you're stewing in it, it becomes a situation where it really, really sets your life on a path that is what I like to call escalating abundance and prosperity, because you just continue to grow, you continue to move, and you continue to be the very best that you can be. Okay. So wealth consciousness, once again, setting the tone that knows that everything is already here for you, already for the taking. You just got to go out and you got to claim it, right? Much like the football game, like, you know, you're playing for a big championship. The championship is already there. You just got to go out and claim it, right? You just got to go out and possess it. And that's the same thing here with life. You know, possess that wealth in your mind, possess that wealth in your heart, already have it in here. And then when you go out, it'll be easy, slim pickings, right? All right. So moving on. Number 2, wealth consciousness guides every action towards your highest good and the highest good of all concern. All right. So let's take back to the football analogy, right? So that consciousness of We have everything we need. Our energy is high. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to just come at life and be as amazing as we possibly can. You go out onto the field, and that energy, that focus, that faith, that belief within yourself, that confidence guides you towards the actions for the highest goods. And so how does that show up? It shows up as a good play, a big play down the field. Somebody catches a long pass or catches a touchdown or something like that. In life, how does that show up? Well, ease. It shows up in ease. It shows up in you mirroring the universe and taking the path of least resistance that doesn't fry your energy or make you waste any type of energy, but it helps you make the most of the energy that you have, right? It helps you make the most of the energy that you have. And then it just allows you to step into one action after the other that's going to continue to once again elevate your consciousness into that wealth consciousness, right? So the actions almost seem automatic. And this is what we have to know about actions. We never blindly take action. We go within for the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions, and we let that carry us to the idea of taking action, taking strong action, taking powerful action, right? And it's more importantly, inspired action that makes a humongous difference as far as the wealth consciousness goes, right? So consciousness, once again, thinking and feeling, state of awareness. You start there, actions become automatic without question, right? Practice all week long. Get it in your mindset, thinking and feeling what it's like to score, what it's like to make a big play, what it's like to play well. Then you get on the field, your actions become second nature because you've already instilled it within your subconscious mind throughout that week that you will be successful. And it's amazing how this relates so well to sports, but it's just the same in every single area of life, right? Right thought, right feeling, right action, right reward, which leads me to number 3. Ties right into that. Wealth consciousness puts you in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing. Okay? It doesn't get more perfect than that, right? Because what does this do? And this is so important because this alleviates any wasted mental energy that could be, am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be doing this right now? Like, am I sure about? No. When you're existing from a place of wealth, abundance, prosperity, God consciousness, wherever you are, you're supposed to be. Like right now, I know that I'm supposed to be right here, right now, doing this because my actions are guided from a higher place of wealth consciousness, of prosperity consciousness, right? So I don't need to think about, well, maybe I should have went to the gym before, or maybe I should be outside doing something else, or maybe I need to be working on. No, I know that I am in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing because my consciousness predicates that, and it predicates it through feeling, right? So I wake up and I begin to feel a draw, not a pull, right? I'm not being pulled to something, but I'm being drawn in the direction. And this lets you know that it's divine because it's saying like, this is where your heart is, or you're going to follow it, right? And you follow it, right? And you get there, and I'll be completely honest with you with this. These messages manifest themselves in the morning before I get here to do this, right? And I never really took the time to understand what type of abundance goes into that, and what type of consciousness goes into that. And I sometimes take it for granted, but it's one of those things that it's a blessing and it's a gift. And I desire to use it to the very best of my ability to help other people, to make other people aware. But they come alive that morning after I've done the work of really, embodying that consciousness within me. And then the actions are guided. And it just seems like it's a puzzle coming together so perfectly, right? And all you do is show up, right? You show up, and you show up with the right attitude, and your success is already written, even when it seems like it could potentially be a failure. The success is already written, right? And that's the beauty of it. You establish the right state of being, the state of mind, state of consciousness. Everything else falls into place, right? This goes every single area of your life. I'm telling you, every single area of your life, right? When it comes down to money, if you don't have a consciousness that says there will always be more than enough, I will always be paid wonderfully, I will always, have some to give to other people. If you don't come with that consciousness, and that's rooted in the divine, you suffer, you struggle, you watch as other people continue to grow financially and get rich and all this other stuff, right? You don't need it to be like that. Same with the health, right? If you don't have an enthusiastic attitude about your health, guess what? It's going to fall by the wayside. You're going to take actions that are not in congruence to being passionate about being your very best physically, same mentally. I've been doing these word searches, and it's really sharpened my mind to a high degree. Why? Because I want to be so mentally on point. I'm eating pumpkin seeds and cashews and stuff like that to give me brain food. And it's been a whole new level of being for myself. But it's because I've created the consciousness that wants to excel. And that's wealth. That's the wealth consciousness, having a powerful mind, right? And so we just approach that with every aspect of life, with every aspect of being. And we wind up with number 3, right place, right time, right thing, right people. No second guessing, no wasted mental energy thinking, or should I be here? Or was this the right thing for me to do? When you move from a God consciousness, from a wealth consciousness, you know without a shadow of doubt, where you are is where you're supposed to be. No matter what it is, what is happening right now in your life is what is supposed to be happening, right? Because what's the problem? What's the issue most times? We get into the place of fighting where we are, and we wind up exhausted, and we're still in the exact same place, right? But when we tap into that consciousness, even when the conditions aren't conducive yet to what we know to be true in our hearts and in our minds, we don't fight against it, right? We know, okay, this is like this because it's supposed to be like that. That is like that because it's supposed to be like that. These are like this because it's supposed to be like that. Everything I'm seeing is supposed to be exactly how it is. So I can take my energy and embrace that and experience peace, or I can fight against it, right? I can fight against it. I'm going to tell you this, and then we're going to wrap up. Wealth consciousness, and I say wealth, true wealth consciousness, not greed, not grabbing, not stepping on other people, but that consciousness that's rooted in divine love, which is this type of consciousness, will never lead you astray, will never forsake you, will never put you into a position where you're kicking and screaming and having to get out. It will not do that. It will never do that when you place all your bets on it. Now, see, that's the thing. Are my chips all in? Or do I have like two waiting to see what it's going to produce? And then I'll throw all my chips in. I encourage you right now, take all your chips on the table, pick them up, throw all your chips into this consciousness. Because when you do, everything pays off. Everything pays off. Everything pays off. And if you're patient enough and faithful enough to give it time to unfold at the perfect divine time, it's going to blow your mind. It'll blow your mind without question. Without question. Guys, thank you so much for listening in today. That wraps up that wonderful message. Thank you so much. Once again, look, if you are in need of prayer, if you are in need of counseling, communication, you want to work one-on-one with Heart of Christ Ministry, which is me. If you want to, do a one-on-one session in a certain area or something like that, you want to comment and, offer words of encouragement, words of uplifting to this ministry, write to us at ShaunG04@gmail.com, and I will get to that as soon as I can. All right. And then last but not leastly, sow a seed, right? Today is an absolutely transformative message in the sense that I transformed from teaching it. So I know if you're listening and you're accepting and you're getting something from it with intention, if that intention is there, you're going to receive something from it. So if that inspires you, if that empowers you, if that makes you feel good, I encourage you, sow a seed today. No pressure, none at all. But if that love energy is strong enough within you to share and to give, sow a seed into Venmo at Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. I tell you, one of the greatest things is to really discover the balance between giving and receiving. I was kind of in a place where I would give so much more than I actually received. And now I'm in a much better place to receive where it balances out. And it is the most beautiful thing to watch that yin and yang work in your life. I'm just telling you, it's just truly amazing in every sense of the word. So with that being said, I want to thank you for your kindness and generosity in advance, right off the bat, for your support, for your participation. I mean, there's 4 comments here. Wow, that's amazing. I'll look at them here in just a bit and respond to everybody as soon as I get the opportunity to. Thank you for sharing your time and your insight. It is greatly appreciated, much as you are. May the presence of God in me bless and honor the presence of God in you. I lift you up in your day that you may be aware completely of the love, abundance, truth, peace, joy, happiness, and success that awaits you. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.